Okay, we are back for our final hour. We lost about 12 minutes, I think, as the gremlins, imps, spirits, and homunculi that I was beseeching us not to interfere with our attempt
You
to
know
get a
what
full
it was?
session in.
It jinxed it.
It
No, you
was
know
it
what
was
it
Shep's
was?
curse, I think.
Uh, you went in and you turned off the photocopier. You took it out.
Oh,
You
oh,
took it out of its combat
oh. I think one
while
of
it was right when it was winning.
I think one of those extension cords that Ava appropriated was to my computer. And shut
Oh
down.
man.
But you know what? While I had that temporary sinking feeling that my drive was going to be corrupted, or my fantasy grounds files may be the worse for wear. Such does not seem to be the case, as I am seeing uh, reasonable evidence that things are still pretty much on the up and up. I'm going to bring up that. Oh, you know what? I even have it saved in my little quick links bar. I'll share it again. I'll see if my users can see this
Yes.
portion of the second floor of the Robert E. Lee Engineering and
Yeah.
Applied Sciences building. Wonderful. You
Although for
found.
some reason I
Mhm.
can't see the room where they are at now, but
Oh yeah, it's fogged. It has a fog of war
Okay,
on it again.
okay. It must not have remembered quite back that far, but I'm the dean. I can do this.
there we
Yeah.
go.
Voila.
So
I'm gonna.
where were we?
You found as I said, where it says like 2 inches in that room, that little arrow, there is a
Mhm.
kaleidoscope, a
Yes.
colorful spray of variegated bright colors, um, pulsating through that
We
window
were
in that door.
Before we were going to explore that, I wanted to see if there were any loose bottles of soap in the bathroom or in this kitchen area.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You look under the sink in the kitchen area, and there's a square box that's tall and narrow that says um, liquid soap. You open up, you burst open the top of that box, and there is like an aluminum foil colored packet of soap in it with an aperture at the top that looks like it would snap in to the bottom of a dispenser and provide soap.
So it's
And
not like a Dawn bottle that you can squirt and it goes.
You certainly could squirt this, especially if you were in some manner to pierce the little plastic protuberance that snaps in. It's like a
Yeah,
little
little.
plunger. You could if you had a pair of scissors, you could just sort of pinch it and snip that right off. Or you could just break it. It looks like there's a little plunger mechanism that keeps
Mm.
from happening what you're trying to do, but it can eminently and easily be disabled.
Got a screwdriver if you want to stab at it.
Ah,
just
that rusty screwdriver.
That little thing. I uh I will take that bottle with me. Um,
Okay,
it's like
it's more like a sack, but you can call it a bottle.
is it one of those that actually, like you said, goes into those dispenser things where you put your
Yeah,
hand in to do that,
yeah,
like with your
yeah.
wrist? Okay,
It's like
so
a it's like
it
a
is a bag.
it's like a yeah. It's a bag. It's a crinkly aluminum.
Yeah,
It's not aluminum foil, but it's colored kind of like that. It's
yeah.
kind of crinkles a little bit, and it's not a solid sack. You can squeeze it a little bit in the middle, and you see the
Hmm.
soap that's liquid form on the inside of this sack be moved
Yeah,
above and below that area where you're just gently pinching it.
yeah. Okay,
Could you
okay.
squeeze that? That would squeeze better than a Dawn bottle, you think?
I
If I
will
think you're
take
doing
it.
what you suspect I think you're doing. I think that you think that I think that this would be pretty perfect,
I
pretty tailor
I
made.
want to take this with me, and on top of that, I will also um if there is a dispenser here, I will happily dispense them in my water gun so that it can add a stinging sensation in someone's eyes if I need it to.
Yeah, you want to shake it and make it nice and sudsy.
The
Yeah,
rave
Telly
just got a bubble room.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I love
Oh,
bubbles.
it's a foam party.
Put it in
I
the
love
super soaker.
bubbles. You want soap in your super soaker?
Yes.
Okay, I'm putting soap. Okay,
Now
so
it's
Not
a super
only
soaper.
bubbles.
A super
if
soaper.
you're gonna roll me over to the kitchen area, and then I will dispense some soap into your super soaker. You could shake it up, and we will have soapy holy water,
Water.
or to cleanse
Holy water
even the
bubbles.
dirtiest of demons.
Yes.
To cleanse the dirtiest of demons. All right, and I have this little sack of soap that I will push as I'll squeeze as hard as I can to make it just burst out if I need to for whatever reason. Um, under this sink, are there any other chemicals that I could MacGyver into another kind of uh, gaseous or explosive concoction via chemistry related stuff?
Make a smarts roll.
Smarts. Oh no! Periwinkle, you failed me.
Did I change my color now?
Now you see what happens is this sack, you placed it on top of the counter right next to the sink, and you sort of squatted down. Oh, that hurt your knee a little bit, but you squatted down so you could really see what was under there, and it looked like there was some Bonami or Comet scouring cleanser, and you're looking, and yeah, it looks like there's a thing of Windex or something like that. And what happened was you put your hand up on the top of the counter to steady yourself, and wouldn't you know it, you put your hand right on that soft pack of soap, and it sprays. I'm going to need an agility check, I'm afraid.
No.
Is it
My gosh,
percentage?
I've wounded her. I've crippled her. Am I going to blind her now?
Oh shoot.
Is it me? Is it me that I have to do this? What is
Well,
it? What am I
at least
rolling?
both of you wear glasses,
Well,
right?
Smarts.
I'm standing behind you because I'm rolling you. You around? Oh,
Okay.
maybe that helps.
Make an agility roll at +2, Sophia. An agility roll at +2. +2 in the little,
Plus
that
two.
little area.
I
Okay. Neither of you catches the direct stream of this gout of liquid soap that sprays out from the weight of Ava's
mm,
hand. Ava, you think you have a little bit in your hair, but
uh,
otherwise no real game effect.
For once, Shep is glad that he's nowhere near Ava.
oh, I got soap everywhere, and there's not another one down there, is there? Man,
There is not another one underneath the sink. No.
yeah. Darn, guys. I was hoping to have me a nice little soap bomb, but oh well. I have a
Make a
soapy
smarts roll.
gun.
Yep, that's enough.
Make a smarts roll.
Okay.
As I check to make sure that OBS is indeed recording. Seems to be. Everything seems to be real good. I think we shook the gremlins loose. An 8,
All right.
even wounded, that is success with a raise. There is no more soap boxed packet of soap underneath,
Mhm.
but you think you could pop open the dispenser above the sink, and there's a chance
Yeah.
that there's a bag in that may be more than half full. You really don't
We'll
know.
see.
You don't really
Let's
know.
have a look.
Okay.
I could pop one
Uh,
open with the help of
let's.
Sophia. Will you help me open this thing?
Yes. Yes, I will help you.
I was going to say, Sophia's probably going to have to be the one that
I'm
needs to
simply
toss that counter.
I'm simply going to let
I
the
know.
I'm going to let the percentile dice indicate the percentage of fullness. Oh my goodness, this thing is 97% full. It looks like two students may have washed,
Yay!
or two faculty members may have put a little soap on their hands, but this thing is, it feels, by its dimensionality and its weight, to
Okay.
be just about the same as the one that you inadvertently squirted across the room and got a little in your hair.
I
Sophia, I
will.
would like a notice roll.
Okay.
And Ava, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's okay. I just want to shove. I'm gonna make sure that the soap is like as much in the sink as possible, so that way at least the mess will go down the
Oh,
drain.
oh, you're gonna have to. I'm afraid you're gonna have to get some paper towels, and even that, paper towels aren't great at soaking up soap. Yeah, I guess it would be. I guess it would be pretty good. There's a couple rolls of paper towels, extra paper towels under there too. You start to
It's
clean up.
fine.
It would be a shame and indeed a violation of OSHA regulations if you were to leave that soapy mess on the floor and somebody were to, oh, I don't know, slip, maybe hurt their knee.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that that would ever happen. Sophia,
I
that
will.
notice roll, I see a
Yeah.
notice -2, is a 5. It is nevertheless a success. You see movement from the room that is on the other side of that glass
Oh,
door as I activate the map tool.
So I'll clean that up and then
Yeah.
I'll just keep all of that with me, and we have soap guns
think we're
I,
gonna need them.
I have allowed you
and
to
the
visually
sack.
see a bit of oh, it's more of a wedge than a rectangle, but a rectangle will do nicely. And I'm going to endeavor to make these students visible, these people visible. Can you see them on the map?
I can see all four.
There is a
Yes.
female, there are two professor-aged males, and there is a young male that all seem to be eh, sort of talking and gathered around a table in this classroom area. And just due to the fact that this is so bright, it catches your eye, and I'm going to give you a little bit for free.
Oh.
This is the source of the kaleidoscope effect of light. It looks like a pair of large Tesla coils, about spaced 8 feet apart, and they are active as between the upper portions of these Tesla coil-like devices are arcing fingers of white and purple electricity. And along the edge of this mostly purplish uh, set of fingers that join in the middle with white hot glowing effect. As you get away from the center, almost like with a spectrum analyzer, you'd see it breaks up into, like with through a prism, different colors, yellows and greens and reds and different colors of blues, different hues. Sophia, you can't help but think, boy, this would make like a cool painting. It's just very pretty. And you do
Would
and you
be
do see
bright, colorful.
you do see the four individuals gathered around, and somehow they don't seem to have noticed you.
Yeah. You went with the mess we made.
Thankfully, I guess it
Uh,
wasn't too loud.
good. I'm gonna roll my happy self around the edge.
They're just standing there.
They are looking at something on the table. It's hard to tell because there's a mass of two bodies kind of blocking you from seeing the surface of the table, and in fact, you see the African American professor start to walk towards what seems to be um, the south. to where you think another doorway. He leaves your field of vision, but you think he's probably going to go out into the hallway. I wonder where Shep is.
Oh, he's still in the hallway, I think.
Sophia, let's go. Roll.
I-
Let's roll. Let us roll.
Let's roll. Quietly, quiet roll, quiet roll. The wheels aren't squeaky, are they?
Quiet rolls. I
No,
will.
not overly so.
Okay.
As we're rolling, I want to squirt some of my soap water on the floor in front of this door.
Okay. I will let you know, Sophia,
Yes.
that it looks like one of the tables was moved to make room for this Tesla coil device. And indeed, that table is sort of pushed up against this door, which
Oh,
opens
okay.
up into that larger room. So
Does
it's
it look
unlikely
like-
somebody's going to come through, but I mean, a good stout 5'10" or 6 foot tall person could easily shove that table aside and open that door. So I will
So
consider
it looks like the door opens into the room
it,
instead of out.
it does not open towards you; it opens away
Okay.
from you.
All right.
So
Anyway, so
I'm happy to remind myself with a small burst template, and I'm going to I'm going to shift it aside, and I'm going to get Sophia and Ava, just so something funky might happen when we try to overlap here. So I'm going to move that small burst template right there. It's Soapy and Sudsy. Hey, you know what? It's kind of like a slip and slide. Shep, make a notice roll.
Let's roll.
rolling.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
It's evident that this African American professor is wearing cowboy boots, for before he reaches the door, you hear ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk,
Yeah.
ka-thunk.
As
It
soon
sort
as
of
I
sounds,
heard something like that, I'd be moving
yeah,
back towards this door.
it's sort of like
And
Erica ka-thunking through the house, right across the linoleum in the kitchen, where you're like, Erica, please don't walk on your heels. All right, darling.
Cowboy boots.
And as you enter that little room, the three of you for the moment are together. You do hear that door open and shut.
Shep, look, I have wheels.
Ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk. We could do like a office races, right? Is that what they call it? Yeah.
Office race.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you use the chairs and just like push somebody is fun. So we heard a door open and close.
And yeah, I suspect you hear ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk.
yeah,
Is it getting closer to where we are?
It is not.
Shep,
Shep's like, somebody's in the hallway. I can hear them.
there's people inside of that room.
There was four, well, three now, I think. But there were four.
There's some strange man and a girl in there.
There are indeed, or there were, 3 men.
Yeah,
It's possible there's only 2. That's still too many.
that's still too many. It's too many. And she gets her negatives in that. It's so many.
Well,
but
at least you're
we saw-
sparkly now. Although,
we saw the Tesla things, and you had a vision about those things, and they're in there, and now it's all just colorful, and it looks nice, but it's not nice, and we probably need to do something about it.
Reep-beep-boop, 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 reep-beep-boop,
Oh,
boop,
I
boop,
But
had
it
boop,
was
a little.
boop,
very
boop, boop,
pretty.
boop, 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 boop,
no.
boop.
It was very pretty.
Oh, very
Boop, boop,
pretty,
boop,
very
boop,
shiny,
boop,
and
boop,
there's
boop,
danger in that room, but it was very pretty.
boop, boop,
It's
boop,
very
boop, boop, boop,
Is
boop,
that
boop.
the
That's
phone?
down.
It is not. It's a Tamagotchi.
That sounds like yes.
I muted the cat. Why is
Just
the cat
turn it
muted?
off. Why don't you
But if
just
I
press
turn
the
it
off
off,
button?
because if I turn it off, that means death. And you don't want my cat to die, do you?
Well, that's
If you
interesting that you
turn
would
it on,
ask that, because as you view it, there's a little grave marker that says RIP,
Oh,
and there is a little angelic cat with wings floating, and its wings are slowly flapping in that odd pixelated monochrome color above the.
As she as she says is pulling it out, you just see the little R.I.P. gravestone, like, oh, it's dead.
You can get
No,
another one.
my cat. Oh,
You
now I'm
press.
gonna have to restore factory settings
You
and get
reset.
my cat again.
Now you can pick a dog.
Oh, my. Oh, I bet
Can
those
you get a
rods did it.
bird?
All the electrical stuff going down.
Never gonna
Yes,
let
yes,
you
the
up,
rod.
never
Yes.
gonna let you down, never gonna come
I'm gonna
around
take
and
my own advice and
desert
turn off
you.
my phone.
No.
Unknown
Because
number.
Unknown
Is
number.
it the same number as last time?
It just says unknown number.
I'm just gonna hang up on it.
Oh no.
And
I
then
think
go
we need
back
to
and
go.
block the first number. That goes.
Okay.
We need to go and deal with this because it killed my kitty cat. And that's unacceptable. How dare.
The lights
Is
continue to
anything really?
flicker, and then they don't make a noise, of course.
I can definitely see Ava doing that. Everybody I knew that had a Tamagotchi was like, even the little girls were like, eh.
How dare. Gotta restart now with my little. You know how long it takes for it to hatch from its egg?
Yeah.
It takes so long.
Yeah, to reset it, I imagine you have to get something long and thin, like a very very tight, like a pin, and you have to put it in that little hole to hit the
Oh,
reset button, which is recessed,
yeah,
so that you
that
don't
is also
accidentally.
annoying. And I'm just pointing with my floppy arm, like, Sophia, we need to go back. We need to go and handle this. I will not accept the death
Oh
of my
yeah.
cat in vain.
Oh yeah,
Don't
that.
don't worry. Next time we'll get you a chia pet.
But
Chia
that's a
chia
plant.
chia. It could grow to be a tree. Oh, but that's okay.
Okay, well, there's a couple of strange boys in there and a strange girl, and I don't know what they're doing, but maybe you should go and have a look.
The older guy looked pretty mean.
They look pretty mean.
He looked a little like
Possibly
a.
possessed.
It looks a little bit like a.
Possibly.
Oh, who was the guy that ran the newspaper that Peter Parker worked at?
Oh,
Yeah,
J.
J.
Jameson.
Jamison. He looks a little like him, with the sort of
As
Yeah.
long as
the
it's
very
not the
gray
guy from
hair and just a little
Bank
bit of
Robbery.
black along the
Oh my
sides.
gosh, right. So, what's the plan, friend? Should we go around the front here where we heard the sound, or what?
I stick my head out the doorway,
Hmm.
Scooby Doo style,
Bloop,
just to
bloop,
see if
bloop,
I
bloop.
see anybody in the hallway.
You don't. The hallway
Still
seems
at
to
the
be
bottom.
silent and not occupied. If you would kindly make me a spirit roll, I would be appreciative.
Okay, F5.
Doo-doo. Your Tante appears. She's also looking out Scooby-Doo style out into the hallway.
There's something strange going on, Tante. And by the way, when I talk to my Tante, I talk in Creole.
Okay.
Fancy.
So,
Oh.
Creole.
but it looks
Oh, that's
like
her.
it looks
Yeah.
like this may be the place from one of my visions. We think we need to try to shut it down.
Oh, mon petit chou. Spirits are restless. The veil between here and there, very thin. Mon petit chou. Use caution. The restless spirits attempting to cross, attempting to enter.
Okay, well, I will do my best to try to shut these electronic machines down. Electrical machines. Uh, help protect me from the bad spirits, Tante. Please.
I will try, mon petit chou.
And since we don't see anything, I will step out and start making my way doing the Scooby Doo sneak to the doorway.
Good,
Now we need a chase scene where you guys are crossing the hallways. You cross this way, and a few feet back through another hallway, the bad guy run, the villains run across, and then they stop
With
until finally you run face to face into each other and scare each other and run away.
Left
with
doors
one of
for it.
the with that
right.
1960s psychedelic music background.
I love it. The
Shep, your that camera is talking to you from inside your backpack.
my gosh.
This is Glenn McCanahan. Uh, It is October 31st. It is near the bewitching hour of Halloween or All Hallows Eve, a time when all the spirits are active. And if there's
Sophia,
one day during the
reach your hand
year,
in there and try to turn that thing off.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
make
sure. Yeah.
a
Okay.
roll me a d6, please.
Oh my gosh. What?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Why did Sophia roll it?
Oh,
Oh, who needs to roll?
Shep.
Oh.
I don't want you to get a 1, 2, or 3. Ah, crap.
It
it's gonna.
I was hoping you would accidentally turn the volume up a little bit. But no.
well, I wrote a one as well.
You powered it off. Looked like somehow you had turned on maybe
Oh
what,
no.
something on the tape or something on the memory chip that Glenn
Oh.
McClanahan had recorded a month or
Oh
so earlier.
no.
That thing was out of power.
Guys, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
I reached back in, just frantically pressing the off button.
Yeah,
It was out of power.
yeah. You turn it off, and that little blinking lightning bolt is continuing to pulse.
Uh, okay. This.
Okay, I think it's that stupid machine. So let's hurry up. I don't think we can. I don't think it matters
Let's
much.
let's go. Let's go. If maybe if it's safe enough to get close to it, I could probably mess with the rods and shut it off, maybe. But I want to make sure it's safe to approach. But until then, let's see if we can't go and distract the people in there who might be causing this mess.
It occurs to you there are two means of egress and entry into this room. If you could
Uh huh. Uh huh.
distract them, say the main entrance in the hallway, someone could certainly force open that other door and basically step into that room right next to one of the coils.
Does
Guys,
I'm just saying. I mean,
does
you're smart and you have a pretty good layout of this area now.
I'm going to ask the girls? Did it actually say what classroom
what what do you
they're
mean?
in? Like what class is taught there?
Uh,
Oh,
Because like this door here
in that
said
room.
administration.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that's room
Oh,
304.
Okay.
okay.
From what they told you, yeah, it's a classroom. There are like tables and chairs, marker boards up on the walls, a couple
Okay.
posters.
So
It looks
It's a
very much.
science
I mean,
class,
I
maybe.
think it's obvious, but this is the room. Well, that is the room that was in that one vision that you had some
yeah,
number of weeks ago.
Yes.
I look at the girls and I go, okay, so who's doing the distracting and who's going to try to push the door open?
Should I throw a salt ball at them?
Sure.
Okay. I have salt balls. I have a lot of them. Oh. 6 of them.
Can I have one?
Yeah. I will share a salt ball with Shep. I'm down to 5.
Okay. Again, this is like a fistful amount, shaped like a fist of salt, gathered together into an orb, into a sphere, wrapped in
Yeah.
crinkly brown wrapping paper and tied with a bit of twine.
Uh-huh.
It's not
So
gonna be
I'll
easy
pass
to get
that
that
over.
door open.
The one with the soapy floor?
Yeah.
Just roll me over.
There's a table in front of it.
But can we open it enough to try and hit somebody? You were able to see them somehow.
I think we
There
could
was
get
a
it open
window.
just enough.
Okay, so do you guys want me to go through the front?
You want to box them in? You can be in the front and we can be on the side over here.
Ooh, a pincher maneuver. I like it.
Or should I go with Shep around the front?
You
Or
can go with him. Because then I can roll myself around on this chair.
I'm sorry, just it's so amusing to think of Ava rolling around on this chair.
It's so
It makes it
fun.
make it makes me smile.
I love it. So I'll roll myself. I will make the chair go down as low as possible so I can shimmy on
Yeah,
my feet
yeah.
and
You
also
reach under your
roll
right
along.
hand. Your right hand. There's like a little pump handle, little handle you lift up and releases a little bit of pressurized air, and you're at the lowest setting.
So
You
I
got
will
this,
go.
Ava.
I'll go
I
that way
believe in you.
and I will push myself away from the wall to give myself a boost. So if I need to skedaddle. But I will use the salt ball and my slingshot and hope for the best. I'll
I
hit
tried
that
to
one boy.
I tried to give Ava a Benny. Did it work?
Oh,
The
I
power
see
the
it.
power of friendship.
I I appreciate the power of your friendship, and I will do my best
It did
to.
not work. I just gave Ava a Benny just for the
Oh,
visual of her scooting around on this very low conference room chair. But if you
just rolling
like,
around.
I'm I- I'm interested to know how that mechanic works. Do you drag a Benny off of your sheet? You,
I
you're,
dragged it off of my sheet onto her character.
I think it would probably tell me Sophia is using a Benny. Sophia has given Ava a Benny. Maybe
It didn't work then,
in
cause
that
Damn
case,
it.
she.
just let me
I
drag.
lost I
Just let.
just lost 2 Bennies trying to make it work.
No, you're still sitting at
Oh, oh
5
my.
from where I
yeah,
stand.
Okay.
and
Yeah,
to
I
me it
guess
doesn't look
they.
like Ava has any.
I only have 2.
See.
Okay, well that's
Is
weird.
that
Okay, you should see that I've done it.
I have 3.
I'm the dean. I can do that. I have the power.
Wow.
okay?
So I have 3, and now she has 4. The little stack.
Hmm.
Okay, good. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay, okay.
Hmm. Thank you.
Once you hit
All right.
5, it turns into a number. Okay, cool.
We're leaving you alone. You need I worry.
It's fine. I will do my best. They have. The, I need to avenge my digital cats.
All right. Occasionally, I guess you look at it, you still see the little angel wings fluttering, just
Yeah.
oh so. And you're looking at it, and it's almost as if if it had a low battery or a low charge, how certain
Yeah.
pixels and certain line segments would be flickering or gone.
Yep.
There's still enough that you can kind of see what it is, but it's definitely acting up a little strangely.
Okay. Uh, I'm going to give them a minute to go to where they need to go,
Okay.
and I'll tell them after I count down from that minute. I will do the. I will shoot my salt ball.
Okay. You're sitting on a chair on a very slippery puddle of soap. That door, you're going to have to exert some pressure against that door to open it and to force that table aside. and it's going to probably scrape the floor, maybe make a little bit of noise. There is an ambient sort of hum that the Tesla coils are making, and the occasional crackle of electric energy. And I would also like you to make a smarts roll.
Sure.
Okay,
Ugh.
no worries.
She's going to see if she can't push this open a little bit, and as soon as she starts to feel force, or when it stops, she's going to hold on to the doorway, like the wall of the doorway, to try and like use that as leverage to push a little further, knowing that it's pretty slippery on her wheels right now.
I'm not sure Sparkles will help you here.
The door handle is like, we just opened this door. What just happened?
No, yeah, she was looking through a window, I think.
Yep,
Sophia was looking through a window?
this window.
Oh,
The
I thought that
window
was
in the door
cracked
where you are.
open.
No, no, it is not. That door has never
Oh,
been opened.
well.
Oh.
Well, Fudge, I misunderstood that entirely.
Okay.
Then
I didn't
let's
check
see.
this.
I thought you had opened the door. Like, I
No,
thought
she
you had
looked through it.
legitimately cracked open the door.
She looked through it. I only revealed kind of the central area in this room.
Ooh, then if it's locked, I will instead roll my happy self away from there. So I will purposely make noise by kicking the door and rolling myself away backwards.
Awesome.
Kick, 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 and then use the force of my feet to roll myself backwards.
I'll try to peek through the window of this door.
Whoo! I don't know if you saw those dice roll, but
I
Did.
sure
I
did.
did.
the
Those
female.
always cause concern.
One, two, three, four. How much can she roll? Not much. That's actually about as far as she could roll.
You hear exclamations of conversation through the door over that slight hum and occasional crackle. Ava, you see the female leaning over the table and peering in to the doorway. And she's close enough now that you hear, "Hey guys, more candidates." And I think it's time that we draw cards. Yes, let's draw cards. I set round back to 0. I've got Ava Shep Sophia. I've got the graduate
boy.
student who you did not arrive in time to thwart him being thrown or thrown through or up against the crackling electricity. We've got 2 possessed professors. We have the gal whose name is Lily, and I'm going to start first round. It didn't. It didn't deal everybody, and it didn't do anything to the
That
order.
doesn't make
Did it?
sense.
I'm gonna have to go to the next round. And there we go.
Yeah.
That looks so much nicer. The graduate student with an ace. The professor's on
Wait a
king.
minute.
Ah, Lily on 7, and then the rest of you, shall
Why
we
are
say,
the
down a bit
professors
lower.
both at the same
I
thing?
like the first one better.
Yeah, yeah. The other ones didn't have cards drawn. I'm like, wait, they didn't even get dealt
Yeah,
in.
they didn't have anything.
Okay,
So
now it's one of those occasions where it actually might matter. It might matter a little bit. Would anyone like to burn one of their precious, precious resources to thwart the card dealing gods and try to increase your number, the card number?
Sure. I
Place
can't
it in the
do
order.
any worse than where I'm at. How do?
I saw you drop a Benny. I think you would want to drop it on the card in the combat tracker.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So before you do that, I'm going to spin you back up to 5.
Thank you.
Okay. Don't mention it. Happy to help.
Oh, you got a Joker.
Oh no! That's not right. That's not supposed to happen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I forgot to reshuffle the deck. The deck. Hold. Let me. Oh.
Ah, that's
Oh.
glorious.
A
Oh. That is
3 and a
glorious.
Joker.
It's so disappointing. So unfair.
Glorious. Very
So
good.
unfair.
We all got pennies.
They they did good.
Oh, why
Oh,
didn't it
that's
give me
right.
my Benny?
Oh, people got bennies. Shep, you can
We
choose to
all
go
got
on
bennies.
hold if you wish. Oh, so unfair. So disappointing. The dean is sad. What would you like to do, Shep? You are first in the
Well,
round.
first I need my Benny because it didn't give me a Benny.
Oh, it didn't. You're
I don't.
right. It didn't.
I don't think it gave me the Joker stuff.
Oh.
Interesting. Well, that'll never do. Fair is
That's right.
fair. Whoops. And as I go down to Sophia's position in the order, and I go down to Ava's. Ava, you're going to be topped off nicely. Look at that. Oops.
I
Oops.
I
Sorry.
need it.
Sorry.
Oh, that's one too many.
It's touch. That wheel's a little
That's
touchy, but wow, talk about a clutch draw of a joker. That opens up all sorts
very
of
good.
avenues for you, Chef.
Yep. It also helped quite a bit. Um. Hmm.
It'll help me as the bait.
What to do? I am going to wait and see if I want to jump in front of somebody or interrupt or however it's supposed to happen. So I'm going to
Very
just
good.
wait.
Okay, I'm going to right click on you, and I think I can put you on hold,
Yep.
and you can interrupt at any time. Even because of that joker, you can interrupt another's action, which is nice. In addition to the +2 to every roll on the planet, and in addition to the fact that everybody got a Benny, it's rather nice. It's rather nice. I will advance to the next combatant. I'll get her, Silas,
Oh boy.
the young grad student says, as he takes the run action and can move 5, 10, 15,
Damn.
20, 25, 30. Shep, that door is about to open. I would let you know at any rate, but since you have a joker, it's possibly even more advantageous to you. The door
Okay.
opens. The young student, grad student, perhaps 4 or 5 years older than you, but certainly younger than the professors, steps out.
I bonk him on the head.
I will bring you
Or
off
actually,
of hold if you like.
yeah. Or actually, I would probably try to. I would use my crowbar, or whatever,
Understood.
to not bonk him on the head, but actually try to take him out by the legs.
I take you off hold. I move the
Okay.
initiative pennant next to you. next to the Joker you are proudly sporting. It becomes your turn. I see that you targeted the graduate student.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my club because that's the only thing I have on here.
Mm,
That hit.
Nice.
Okay. Looks like it did give me the +2. Cool.
Let me just quickly verify that their scores are what they should be.
Because I see the Joker bonus. So awesome.
Wonderful. I think everything looks to be on the up and up. You hit. Not with a raise, a regular hit. You could apply damage
Excellent.
if you like. I will count this as sort of a sweeping gesture as you're trying to hit him around the knees to try to sort of wipe him out, topple him.
Yep. And I just want to be fair here because I don't remember what the crowbar was compared to my heavy club.
The crowbar, I
Uh,
believe, was a D4 plus strength.
so just a D4, not the two D4s. Like,
Oh, no, not the 2D4. I think you may be thinking of your.
well, my heavy club is 2D4, my knife is 2D4, and my slingshots are 2D4.
When you see
So like every
2D4,
weapon.
2D4, one of those D4s is representing your strength. The other is
Okay.
representing the might, if you will, of the
Okay.
weapon.
So okay, good. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't
Yeah, you're
getting
like
extra.
2D4. I'm like, well, wait a minute. That one ritual power is a 2D6, but
Yeah.
where do you get 2D4 from? I've not seen weapons, although maybe in the savage worlds, like maybe your swords from the medieval times or a flail
Yeah.
or something might to a 2D4. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay. There's a 9.
Okay,
wow.
let's see. Do I want to burn a Benny? Do I want to try to soak? Yep. He soaks it. He makes a clutch roll. He's not a wild card. I applied that
Oh,
soak
boy.
condition. Is there something else you would like to do, Shep? You still have other options? Like, now, Ava! Or something like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
The copy machine says hi, and I'm just going to continue. He may have jumped that, but while he's moving around my swing, I'm going to try to push him down.
Okay, that
I'm
would be
just
a
basically trying to be an obstacle to him.
okay. Try to do some blocking, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see if I can do this right here. Um,
Not sure if it helps anything, but it sounds good.
let's see. Type melee, raise damage d6, AP reach. 1 minimum strength, d4 cost, group type. I'm trying to see if I can figure out quickly how to type that punch. All these, I wish Fantasy Grounds would by default code up like open hand strike, but this is going to be just strength, and I think it's going to be non-lethal because he doesn't really have that type of combative skill. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a weak punch. Just for yeah. I'll see it come up.
We're all
Um,
nerds here.
Yeah, he's approximately your equivalent.
We're all noodle
Yeah,
arms here.
he is in the science building. I'm just going to put that out.
We are all noodle arms sounds in this building.
He'll say, okay, Shep, you called out. You're playing like, oh yeah, doing sort of a blocking maneuver. I won't count it truly as such, for that it would have been a multi-action
That's
to
fine.
to try to do that. But for story reasons, we'll go to the student, graduate student. He will target Shep. He will call out, Silas, 2 out here. And then he's going to yell very loudly, Carl! And he's going to try to swing his weak punch at you. And it's called weak punch for a reason. It's because he rolled a 1. How very weak. How very weak of him.
Yes. It happens.
Wait, a double one or just a one?
No. Weak punch, just 1.
I was gonna say,
Well, he doesn't
if
get a
it's a
wild.
double one,
He doesn't get a wild die, but you know what? I'm just going to roll that invisible d6, and I would say he crit fumbled, crit failed on a 1. But no, it came
so
up.
I did push him down.
It came up.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
okay. He's more startled than anything, and that weak punch was almost more like an open hand shove against your chest. And I will advance to the professor known as Silas.
I love the noodle arms. Oh boy.
Through that door, he's going to try to punch. And I think for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go to the map tool and I'm going to reveal this room in its entirety, just because it looks to me as if a portion of it is still concealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives you a better look. Possessed professor.
Oh boy.
He looks like James Jameson or J.J. Jameson.
Yes, he sure does. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
Oops. Why did I do that? Okay, we'll say its type is melee. Its damage is going to be non-lethal. It's going to be damage of a d4. His raise damage is that. A d6. His reach is 1. His strength is a d4 is the minimum for a punch. Really can't get any worse than that. And I think everything else is 4 square. Actually, I'm going to call this a moderate punch, since he sort of has a little bit of fighting skill, just a little bit.
A
Let's see,
little.
professor, and I'm gonna say it's gonna target the moderate punch. Misses.
Oh.
2 pennies. No, I saved those pennies. No way. What do you see, Lily? There's a girl rolling around on a chair, she says from inside the room. Professor, the possessed professor, the one that is currently off grid, will roll a notice roll. Does he hear the young man who said, Carl? A 5 is a success. He did indeed hear. And you know what? I'm going to take advantage of these little cells here. I'll put that professor right there. And I'm going to bring up the other possessed professor, the one that just swung with a moderate punch. I'll put him down there, just for fun, just for, reasons. We'll put the grad student in cell number 4, and I will put one Lily Boatwright into the next available cell. Cell 5. Oh, just because I'm going to use it because Fantasy Grounds gives me that capability. Lilia's next. She's going to just watch you.
Just like,
She's really little, she says. Sophia, goes to you. 7 of diamonds.
Gonna come over here. And
Ooh,
just
I got
aim my
bonus. Yay.
and just aim my super soaker. Maybe I can get both of them at once. Who knows?
Okay.
Soapy super soaker.
I can try again though.
Okay, what
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Yes. Yes.
like I was going to say, I'd like you to target them.
Oh, sorry.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Even untrained, a 16. I think
That
that
was
might be
amazing.
that's pretty cool. A success with 3 raises. There, you're shooting even at a minus. So 4 is the target number to hit them. And you're not really going to do any damage to them, but you've got
She
water
does
that
have
you're
soapy
trying to
water.
in the
Soapy
eye.
holy water.
So I think you
Soapy
hit
holy
them,
water.
and well, let's see what the damage is going to be. This is more more for color. I'd like you to hit that little die at the bottom that says a plus to damage, right
Yes.
next to the little parchment. Just click that plus of damage. That's going to give you your raise damage.
Okay.
And I would say, let's see what the super soaker, what sort of super soaker damage is listed here. What did we put in here? It's probably something I can work
It
with.
doesn't have a damage number.
2, 3.
I'm just hoping it gets in their eyes and causes them to be distracted.
Oh, you can click off that D6. Certainly, a
But
hit
the water can do a
with
lot.
3 raises means that you would have even hit had you done a called shot to the eyes. I'm simply going to have each of them make a vigor roll at -1. Otherwise, they are going to be vulnerable and distracted for this round. Possessed Professor 1. Type in a -1. Attempt the vigor roll. A 5 -1 is a 4, which is a success. Probably because he was back in the doorway a little bit and he's wearing glasses. He was able to stave off the worst of the effect. However, he does now smell rather nicely scented from the liquid soap. And now we will look at the graduate student, whose name I made up is Josiah.
All right.
He makes a vigor roll. That vigor roll will be at a -1. And where is he? Where's his little? I know I clicked on him. Oh, I have to. Okay, I only have to click once. I was double clicking. His vigor roll comes up. A1. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to play around with the little effects, and let's see if I can make the graduate student distracted and entangled. Do I go to his effects? Do I click on that? Or do I just drag distracted over? Yes. And do I drag vulnerable over? Yes. You have distracted him, you have made him vulnerable, and he lets out a girly squeal. My eyes! My eyes! Ow! In a high pitched squeal, as he did not expect this intense burning sensation. Perhaps there is even a little something in that cleanser, that liquid soap, that has an alcohol component. Perhaps it's some sort of germ killer or something like that. It goes to Ava. Ava, on your wheels. What would you like to do?
Um, does this sink have one of those like attachable things that look like a little hose sprayer?
Yes, it does. It does. For for hitting the every corner of the sink, as it is square and it has two sections. Probably like one for clean dishes, or one for dirty dishes, and one for like where you can scrub. It certainly does have almost like a hose nozzle that you spray.
Yes. I want to take it and aim it towards the door and see if I can get this soapy water concoction to go under the door where that lady is standing.
Okay.
I can only move 3 paces, so I'm gonna go up to here and start squirting it from here.
I think that's going to take a shooting roll. That's going to take a shooting roll, but I'll give it to you at a +1, since the spray nozzle, the spray broadens into almost like a wedge shape.
It's gonna be even money because I have a wound.
Understood.
Yay!
5? Certainly. Certainly. As a reminder, I'm going to put another small blast template just as a reminder.
And I'm gonna give the lady the raspberry.
It's going to be like a little overlap to remind me, the dean, that there's some of this concoction going underneath the door. Did you use hot water or cold water?
I think cold water.
Okay. So
I'll
it
do
doesn't
cold water.
foam. It doesn't foam quite as nicely as it would have been had it been hot water. And
Yeah.
that is the end of the round. I'm going to advance to round 2. Unless, Ava, there's something you'd like to yell. I think the raspberry counts as a free action.
I just want to see if I can irritate this lady enough.
Make me a
With
notice
this,
roll. Make me a notice roll. Wow. She has a thick tome closed and grasped close to her chest with both arms kind of wrapping around it as she peers through. And although you raspberry her, she smiles evilly and a bit maniacally. And she says, "Yes, you're small, but you'll do. I'm going to go to the next round."
Oh no!
You got a joker. And I think that is where we are going to quit for the evening, as we are
Oh.
past the 9 o'clock hour, and we take
Oh.
into account the few minutes that we lost restarting the system and playing, getting the
Oh, this
speakers
is
up to
gonna
snuff.
suck. We all drop down to normal bennies next time.
Oh, it's great fun. Oh, and just look at that order. Will you just look at that order? Who are the top 4?
It happened
My
again.
guys.
It happened again.
Who are at the bottom? Why, the study group at a 9 and a 5 and a 4. You will have a full 2 weeks to consider whether or not you wish to take the chance of improving your lot in the draw. either way, I'm going to stop recording, and this was episode 15, right? So
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
so.
we will be starting 16 next time. I will say, I've said this before, but just to reiterate, I originally wanted to run this because I really wanted to run Last Rites of the Blackguard, which is the adventure that Ed Wetterman wrote that we just finished, the one with Lisa Gray, the attorney, and Frank Mans, that kindly passed away guy who ended up being a Nazi criminal. Hector Martin and Erwin Rabinowitz, two members of the Neo Berkun, the new um, members of this group, endeavoring to find a way to achieve immortality through strange Egyptian and Babylonian rituals and odd components and stuff like that. But this has been so much fun. My vote is that we just keep playing.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Anyone opposed would have made me a very sad team. And with that, we look forward to our next class dismissed session 16 on the second floor, the second floor of the Robert E. Lee Engineering and Applied Sciences building, attempting to uncover a little more information about the book that the gal, Lily Boatwright, is holding. Find out how weak or strong are the combatants, these professors. And, and just, I'll give you this for free. You haven't really looked that deeply into the room yet, but there are black tarps hung up over the exterior windows of this room, such that from the outside you would not see the kaleidoscopic colors emanating, the rainbow hues from inside. So they're pretty smart, and they put some blackout curtains up just so you couldn't see what was going on from the inside.
Mhm.
I give you
Nice.
that for free. You'll probably find that next time we play, and I may even, oh, perish the thought, forget to tell you that little detail. So just a little freebie to wet your whistle for the next time we get together. And with that, this time I really will end the session.